Thank you, Meditation Magic, for creating this beautiful space for all of us to share our experiences and journeys. It's such an honor to be here as part of 111 days of Elevate. I come to you not as with all the answers or like a master, but as a fellow traveler, learning every day of what it means to live consciously and to lead mindfully as part of the Mindful Masters group, and to serve with purpose. So leadership is often described as influence, and I was a big fan of Dale Carnegie's How to Influence Others, How to Influence Your Friends, and our interviews and workplaces. Okay, what's the vision? What's the roadmap for the next 5 years? They always talk about power and authority. That's what we see. But the Bhagavad Gita shows us something deeper. It's about leadership as consciousness. So today I wanted to share a little bit about that side of the leadership that aligns with all of our goals of this Elevate journey. The Gita begins with a leader in crisis, right? We all know that Arjuna is a mighty warrior. He's a great leader, accomplished leader, but he's paralyzed by doubt. He was in the middle of the battleground and he was just paralyzed. And in that moment, Krishna steps in, not just as a teacher, but as the ultimate conscious leader. That's what makes the Gita timeless. It's not about just philosophy, or it's just about life management and leadership wisdom and guidance for every moment that we feel stuck or uncertain or afraid. Any time of the night throughout my life, anytime I get stuck, I will find answers when I go through that. I want to talk a little bit about the AI and timelessness of Gita too, because today AI seems to know everything, and I'm always running to it too. It generates code for us, it crafts essays, or like, oh, I need a speech in next 5 minutes I can have a speech ready, and drafting reports and even mimicking our humans creativity and everything. It's everywhere. But here's what it cannot do. It cannot sense the trembling hands of Arjuna. It cannot feel the fear, the moral conflict, what's going through in his mind at the time, or the burden of choices that he's making at the time to face his family. How am I going to fight against my family? It cannot have that consciousness and talk about the truth that makes sense to us around that kind of crisis time. So I've asked these questions to AI too. It's not I don't want to, with all these amazing masters, and you all read so many books, I don't want to make my opinion. So I asked the AI, okay, I'm in this situation, like in Arjuna, what will you tell me and what would Krishna tell me? So some of the things I'm going to read from here. So it said like Krishna's guidance wasn't just knowledge, it was wisdom rooted in compassion, values, and truth. And AI can predict outcomes, but it cannot give purpose. So it said, Krishna says, stand in your dharma, Arjuna, act with courage without clinging to the outcome. So that's what we always hear, right? All the celebrities talking about, okay, do this. And now all of our coaches always tell us, like, do without expecting the outcome. Don't worry about it, right? And the AI says, based on the probabilities, based on the information I have, victory is likely, you're not going to be like victorious, right? Because they have very small army, they're against bigger battleground. But it also says, but the choice is yours. So it will not lead you, it just gives you probabilities and analytics, right? And then Krishna says, your duty is sacred, act with a steady heart and free from fear of gain or loss. Like a motivational coach or your sports coach or a football game or NBA, NFL coaches, what they tell or anyone, right? Any of our coaches tell us, that's what they tell you, not to wait for the outcome or the loss. Don't fear and just act. Do your duty. But AI says, give me some Excel sheet. I will predict for you. Data suggests outcomes, but I cannot tell you why you must fight. That's what AI said. And it said, the battle is within you as much as it before you, right? Krishna says that. Because they were always taught conscious leadership is about fighting your inner battles, fighting. You win yourself, you become victorious before you're going to be showing the leadership outside, and choose the truth and not to escape. And the AI is saying, I calculate the risk, but I cannot give you purpose. And that's why Gita still matters, because true leadership isn't about knowing more and having knowledge and not having information, like all the data centers, they can keep putting all this information together, but about being more. Like for us, being more calm, being more conscious, and being more aware, and being compassionate. So I want to put this all together, something easy. Always try to come up with these nice tips, that takeaways, so it's easy for us to practice. So came up with these 10 C's of conscious leadership based on what Gita is teaching us. I wanted to share that. Let's all explore these, together. Like one of the first one, most fundamental, is 1C for consciousness. So awareness of myself and my mind and surroundings. It's called yoga karmasu kaushalam. That's what Krishna says. It's like, are you responding intentionally or reacting automatically always? So it is very important, and being conscious. You're all masters, meditation masters. You know that how important it is to be always aware. A leader, same thing, it applies to leadership too. A leader who is conscious, who is not conscious, is always reacting, right? Okay, we're always, okay, fights at workplace. Oh, there's a fire, there's a bug, there's an issue. And then we get frustrated as we get pulled into so many different directions. We always call it like life work balance, and have parties, and I have my kids and my work, and we forget about ourselves, and we are always reacting, because even at just workplace, we have 100 different tasks, and what is my priority, right? So it changes every day. But a conscious leader observes and acts deliberately. So it's all part of practicing, and being consciousness become part of it. As we go through that, I'm still working on it. It's going to be lifelong learning, of course. And second C is clarity. Krishna's guidance was always precise, very clear. So it's better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to imitate someone else's life perfectly, right? We've heard this from so many celebrities over past, like how many decades, but it's 1,000-year-old wisdom. It's from Bhagavad Gita chapter 3. So I want to ask, like, where in your life do you need more clarity now? My work, my relationship, or my purpose? Right now I'm at a stage like my purpose, because I have more freedom with other things. So I'm working on, like, what's my purpose? Where can I be? I want more clarity there. Like, where do I go and what do I want to be next, right? To fulfill myself. And the third C is courage. Leadership requires acting despite fears. That's what Krishna says, like, oh, no fear, don't fear. That's what we say to our kids or to other team members. Just, take action, don't fear. But he says, you can fear, but act on it even if you fear, despite the fear. And says, oh Partha, it does not become you. Don't become the fear, but act on it, right? And so when I left my corporate job, and like Jansi explained, and moved to, like, left career path, and it needs courage, because my power, and I was in leadership position, my growth and career ladder, and that's my comfort space too. Otherwise, there's so much unknowns when you leave that and you're making these big steps. But sometimes it's very important for us to grow personally or to fulfill some other dreams. We have to get out of our comfort zone. And so don't fear that. Whatever you're trying to go for it and have that courage to do when you find your truth and when you find the path. The fourth C is compassion. Krishna always listens. He listened first. Before he did all his story of the Gita, he listened to Arjuna's. Then he guided him. It's being empathetic, right? So this is going to be the most critical I see in the corporate world and everywhere. AI can give all the information, but that compassion is missing. Next generation, they can do everything like whatever I did in years, my daughter can do it in a month now with all the new AI technology. So much technology is changing constantly, but that compassion is very important. Someone has to sit and listen. That needs a lot of patience and all these, like being empathetic and listening. That's what the servant leadership and empathetic leadership, all of that part of the conscious leadership, it comes into that. So I would like to ask you all to think who in your life needs that understanding rather than giving solutions today. Like, so for me, I would say that person is like sometimes like the calmness too. I would go, when we go to the calmness, I would say that compassion and calmness go together. And the fifth one is conviction, decisions grounded in values. It's very important too. That is the way we get the trust. So, which values guide your decision under pressure? That's what we wanted to ask ourselves. When I'm under pressure, I want to get this bug fixed and I want to get it out. I'm done, versus you want to do the long term or you want to do band-aids, what we call it in our technology. I'm an IT background. That's what we say. We always short-term solutions, right? But you have to face it eventually. So that's grounded in values. Do you want to put like hard-coded some values and then throw it out and make it work? Anyone can make it work for that period of time. Your values, like when you're under pressure, I want this now. How do you want to do that, right? That's the leadership, how you want to be a good role model for your team members or for your family. Or a police cop stops you, what are you doing in front of your kids and family? That values you're showing, are you trying to just cover it up, or how do you convict that, right? And the sixth one is C, is for calmness. The Krishna's serenity is what studied Arjuna. He was like panicking everywhere, but he was calm. He was teaching all of this information, guiding him. The same time, he was like calm and peaceful. Krishna is always like peaceful, right? Always same pleasantness, has the same smile and same calm and loving nature. So think about who has inspired you more by calm presence than words. Think about that person as your guide. Then write it down. Or if anybody wants to share, please jump in. And I'm asking these all of us to like have a discussion. Please jump in and answer and be part of the discussion. For me, I would Sushma, one of meditators, if you say, she's so calm and I talk to her. I call her sometimes and I can talk for 30 minutes with her. Like this speech, it would be one way. She will not talk, but she'll be calm, but I get all my answers. So she doesn't even respond. I get my answers. I'm happy. Okay, now I will talk to you later. Even Divya, I call her. I can talk for an hour. Without them, they will say, I will talk. Okay. See, sometimes we have to be that, to be great leaders, we have to be empathetic and we have to be calm. It's not about we are trying to be giving solutions and jumping and I will solve all your problems, because I was that kind of a person. I was that kind of a leader. If someone gives me a problem, my mind as an IT person, I was a solution architect, my mind is automatically jumps into, it's like muscle memory. I jump into solution. Okay, this is how you solve. This is how you solve. But sometimes I'm learning from these masters. Like sometimes you just have to be calm. And the seventh C is communication. So Krishna adapted his message to his Arjuna's understanding. So for me now I'm talking, right? Communication is not just like speaking. Oh, he's a great communicator doesn't mean a great public speaker is not a great communicator. It's about like how they're understanding, how they're receiving. It's not that, did I speak well? It's about, did you understand me? Are you all understanding me? See, everyone's like, no videos there. So I'm only seeing like two pictures, Divya and Jansi. But if they understand it, if you're hearing me, understanding me, that is when like, okay, I'm a good communicator. That's very important part of a how to be a conscious leader. And the 8C is for consistency. That Krishna never contradicts himself. He's consistently on favor of the good. He's never compromising on that, right? It's that reliability what builds trust for us to be a leader like him. So, what small, consistent action could build trust for you in your family or with your team or at workplaces or like a mindful masters, my Toastmasters club? How can I build that consistency, right? This example of this elevate like 111 days of what they're showing, this consistency, all of you showing up consistently at 4:50 a.m., opening this, right? And you are building the trust. You're gaining everyone's uh, building huge community here. That reliability, okay, I can wake up and someone will be there and I will be learning something. And it's like a nice way of 5 a.m. you're teaching and meditation practice. And that consistency is what is going to make me trust myself also. After 111 days, I'm going to trust myself. Oh my God, I did this. I can trust myself to do anything. Okay, it's not like 21 days. I did this for 111 days. And that shows in your actions, and everyone will trust you. Oh, my mom picked this. Yes, she will do that. Maybe next time I do 111 days continuous gym, they will believe me. I will believe myself, and I trust myself, and everyone will believe you, and they will start following you. That's how you show as leading by example. And 9C is for collaboration. And Krishna empowered Arjuna rather than controlling. He tried so many different creative ways. He did so many beautiful quotes, slokas, and he even showed his cosmic appearance of this divine ways, so many ways. He tried to show him to learn, right? For him to understand that. He was trying to empower him. He didn't take a weapon and he never fought. That's what he was trying to show. I want to be leading you by riding your chariot or by guiding you with wisdom, every different way. That's what it's teaching you. A great leader, like a conscious leader, is always empowering and allowing others to take that action, and you're believing in themselves, right? We could thrive more. I want to ask again, answer again if you're interested. Who could thrive more if you partner or collaborate with others rather than you are saying everything, like directing? And I love this space that you created. What I see, this is an example of that collaboration. And Divya reached out and I want to collaborate. This is this 111 days elevation. We want to do collaborate with as many as possible. They're bringing all these amazing masters and different experiences and sharing and empowering all of us. And they're empowering the speakers. I got this opportunity and it's empowering me to share and to learn and making everyone. Otherwise, it's just Divya and Shishma talking all the time. They can do that. They know everything. They have all the knowledge in the world. They've read hundreds and thousands of books. And of course, AI is also there, right? And they have all the knowledge in the world. But still, they're empowering all of us by collaborating with so many amazing masters and all the instructors, coaches, guides, mentors, and they're building this space. That's what this amazing leadership is, to elevate us. And the 10th, the most important one, is C is character. It's about lead by example. Krishna is always leading by example, right? So integrity is above everything, above all. Integrity and values are the base of all of these to be a conscious leader. A person is made by their faith, as their faith, so they are. So it's very important for us to follow that. So AI may simulate knowledge, but only humans, us, can inspire through character. So that's why it's so important. So masters, the Gita reminds us that conscious leadership is not about commanding or ordering followers. It's about leading um, ourselves first, like lead ourselves first, like inner, right? That's the whole battle. Um, Arjuna has to win his internal fights in this whole Bhagavad Gita before he had to go fight the war, right? Or win. He had, it's all biggest war is always inner battle. We need to win that first, and to be a great leader, and with consciousness, clarity, all of these, all the 10 C's. The practice is very simple: daily choices in how we think, how we act, and how we serve, and to shape our teams, our family, friends, communities, the non-profits. A lot of you are doing great work with mind meditation magic. It is just try to apply all these tendencies as part of that, and just start this with this as throughout our journey, 111 days of conscious living. We're all doing that, and ask yourself every day, how can I show up today as a conscious leader for myself, work, and community? Because the greatest gift that we can give to the world is not just what we achieve, because that changes every day, right? That changes. We are never happy with what we achieve, because the minute we achieve it, we are doing the next goals, right? So what we can give the world is that who we become, like how becoming conscious leaders, and what we are becoming. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jansi. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, all the masters. Thank you for sharing, giving the time.